Oh, right, another exercise for Charlie P's 3-piece special structural balance protocol. This is the trap 3 race. All right? Very important. Not the easiest exercise to execute. You have to be very, very focused and have a ton of intent to do this correctly, because we are all guilty of being very upper trap dominant, right? These nice slabs of meat. All right, we're always up in the traps, which ends up making this very overdeveloped, which kind of maintains like an elevated scapular position, which isn't the best for the rotator cuff and all the other muscles that stabilize the scapula, one of which is the trap 3, which is going to be right around here. All right, you can kind of see it if I retract and depress the scapula and come up like this here. All right, it's going to be this guy right here. You rush this exercise, the trap's going to do it. All right, and the whole point of this is to try to innervate and coordinate and allow the trap 3 stabilizer muscle to contribute to this exercise and therefore pressing exercises. Lack of involvement of the trap 3 leads to scapular dysfunction, which is why a lot of you fat, greasy strongmen have such poor overhead positions. It could be tight lats, it could be tightness elsewhere, but more often than not, it's due to scapular dysfunction. This is a great way to address that, okay? So here I have a bench at 45 degrees. This is probably the most user-friendly way to do it because you're supported. You could also do it in space, but we'll go here first. So I'm gonna have you lie prone on a bench and let the arms hang, right? So right now my scapula are both elevated and protracted forward. All right, I want to kind of explore this and see how this feels, because if I have an understanding of how this feels, it's going to help me understand what it feels like to do the opposite, which is going from scapular elevation and protraction to scapular depression and retraction, okay? So I'm going to retract and depress the scapula, which draws it away from the trap, the upper trap, and then allows me to perform this kind of Y raise, hopefully with the trap 3, okay? Head's nice and neutral. I'm gonna reach, retract, and depress as I flex at the shoulder joint from the trap 3. You don't need much weight here, guys. Here's a cute little 10-pound dumbbell. Sometimes even just using like a small 2.5-pound plate, holding it in your hand is enough. And we're looking to have you reach and then retract and depress and raise up. Maybe a little bit of external rotation at the wrist is nice. I'm gonna reach, retract, and come up and hold there for a second. It's really hard to not have the upper trap contribute at all. You're gonna feel it, but you really wanna feel that trap 3 doing the work. If you wanna grab a view of the other side, I'm gonna have a nice reach. Scapula's elevated and protracted. I'm then going to retract and depress the scapula as I raise overhead. Hold for a 1 count, lower with control. It's probably a good idea to reach and retract each rep. Once you get good at it, you can take that out and just keep hammering. Perhaps eventually, no rush on this, guys. Perhaps eventually you can go bilateral. That's a nice feel there. You don't need much, just the weight of my arms is enough. Great exercise to help improve the structural balance of the shoulder joint. You're gonna feel a dramatic impact on all of your pressing events with that exercise, guys, as well as your pulling as well. Don't think that scapular dysfunction only affects our pressing, it affects our pulling as well. And doing exercises like this, along with the other 2, included in the structural balance from my guy, Charlie P, is a great means to improve structural balance of the shoulder, guys. So enjoy those.